Okay, so I'm now going to introduce Ed Cherlin with a talk about what fell through the cracks.
Yep. Now, Bernie, you want me to help out on one of these boards? Okay? Who else?
I guess you'd be better off with somebody who has a nice calligraphy. Maybe, I don't know.
No,
I don't know. Maybe you. We've seen you. Jesus Christ.
Where's Yama? You have to have Yama for this.
I think Greg writes very well.
Yeah, great.
Talk slow.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to.
Did Bernie get me a coffee?
All right. You deserve
Yeah,
it.
me too.
Drafting me?
We're going to do two lists. First is what went wrong, what got missed, and second is what we can do about it. Okay?
Are these parallel lists? In other words, there's a
No,
one-to-one
not exactly.
relationship?
No. You want to get a second person for the second list? Who wants to?
I'm fast. I'm strong. How do you like that?
Right. Okay.
Don't yell at me.
What is? You're trying to get us all in trouble again. Good. Everybody knows we missed a whole lot of stuff. I don't have to explain that part. We have the laptop, we have good software, we have a sales organization, we have some other things going on. But what else has to happen in order for the project to succeed? Well, we just heard one element, which was we've got to actually fix this window manager. It's not just coding more sugar. But what the real problem is the things that both One Up Dr. Child and Sugar Labs consider to be completely out of their scope. So that includes electricity in the villages.
Which list am I putting these on?
Okay. I'm talking first about what we missed.
All right.
Okay, we missed electricity, we missed internet in the villages. And then you come over to the right-hand side and you say, Engineers Without Borders. So that's a starting point on a few of these questions.
Some of your topics already seem overbroad. What form of discussion?
We're coming to the details, and everybody is going to be invited to add more topics or details or resources or plans, and we're not going to get done. It's a half hour, but we'll start, and I hope that people will begin to see where this is going. Right, teacher training.
Is that something we missed?
That's something we missed, that Ole, Nepal, and some of the countries are doing. And when we say missed, actually what we mean is declared out of scope. Right. Now, the whole point of this plan is eventually that the children will be educated and be able to get jobs. What jobs? What creates the jobs? So this means economic development, microfinance. It means dealing with terms of trade with countries. It means dealing with corruption and other issues with
Does
their
this
own
continue to
governments.
be stuff we missed?
All of that is stuff we missed.
You can
So
start off by
all
saying
of this
that
is completely out of scope.
Can I put the
So it's
evils
not-
of the world?
Yeah, please
Yes,
do.
yeah. That's right.
It can, we should be more
Saving
specific.
the world. No, we took part of that. So we didn't miss all of that, but yes. Health, war.
Education. Yeah.
Okay, we got
education-
I need to
Education.
make a useful list.
Right.
Ed said something helpful, which is that for many people, education is a means to an end. For
Right.
example, jobs.
Right.
What's that end and how is it satisfied?
on Charlie Rose last night? You guys
We were still arguing when Charlie Rose was on last
He said world
night.
peace.
Yes,
He
yes.
said world peace by means of education.
Right, I'm with him on that, but we have a number of steps to get in before we.
So there
begin to
are
approach.
many ends, but Ed is right that in places like Uruguay, for example, jobs are not, education does not lead to that yet.
Yeah, you have highly educated engineers driving taxi cabs. Same, kind of thing we saw in the old Soviet Union. And all across the Arab world, there are astounding numbers of people with degrees in Muslim theology which are, and they got those because there was no use getting a useful degree. So we're talking about all kinds of economic development. Now, I can't do national economic development for countries, but I can do microfinance. So that goes on to what's to be done.
How does microfinance pertain to us?
Okay, let's consider what happens if we go into a village and we have computers with good software, we have teacher training, we have a way to get them enough electricity to run all this, a decent bandwidth on the internet, and some microfinance. Well, the first thing that can happen is that the parents can get their children to assist them with their current enterprises. We see this already. One computer in a village can greatly improve agricultural productivity.
So let me.
Or I should say, measurably, significantly.
Building relationship with Engineers Without Borders is something that is potentially actionable.
I've done it.
What is, okay, so.
We will be working on a project to determine the best form of renewable electricity generation for any terrain in any climate.
All right. So what does microfinance have? What's the?
Yeah, that's what I'm coming to. So once we have all those elements all at the same time, all four of them in a village, the parents, this has been established, that parents will ask the children to look up agricultural information. And the children will teach the parents how to do that themselves. The parents will then be able to find suppliers and buyers. It's been established in the fishing industry, for example, that having a cell phone on each boat and being able to call to shore to determine the best price for whatever you've caught that day is a major economic advantage.
A different
But on
form-
computer, it's even more so.
A different form of similar problem that we heard reports of in Uruguay was parents performing job searches with laptops.
Right. So as I say, I was coming, first I was talking about existing, you know, if you're a subsistence farmer or a village craftsperson, then you know, what can you do to improve that existing job, that existing business? But then we're educating the children in IT. So at some point the children can say to some fairly local business, we can give you a website. We can give you a website in the cities if you have country crafts and products. If you want to set up a little hotel or something, we can give you a website in another country if you have something exportable. Which is certainly true for
Does this all still pertain to microfinance?
Yes.
Okay.
Because now we're talking about going to an entire mountain like Mount Kilimanjaro and getting the coffee growers some equipment like some coffee roasters and getting the entire tourist trade for their country.
So not to say that I don't appreciate the expository path, but
Yeah.
where's the punchline for micro? What's the actionable thing that either we
Okay.
can do or
So-
we can expect some partner organization to do?
So
Yes, I understand exactly. Now, write down next to microfinance, Fansuam Foundation, FANT SUAM, Foundation in Nigeria. They run a computer school. They get Cisco certified graduates and so forth. All their graduates get jobs. And they're running agricultural training and microfinance. And they've agreed to work with Earth Treasury and our partners in Africa on getting computers into schools. And then going around the community to see what the economic opportunities are, given the education, the access to the internet, and the bandwidth.
Here's a different way of looking at this, Greg, which is that people, we want the laptops to be an educational device. We're all agreed about that. People clearly learn things which they are personally motivated to learn, which they have an interest in.
Right.
Something that a lot of people have an interest in learning is how to make money. And they need
Yes.
and credit is well known to be helpful in making more money. Therefore, interest in microfinance.
I do not dispute these things. My question is, what is our role in facilitating that?
Okay.
And
Now-
do we have a role, and if so, what
Very
is
good.
it, and how is it actionable?
Sure. Very
Because
good.
if it is allow Ed to run with the
me give you
relationship
the
between
answer
Earth
then.
Treasury and